did you say okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling to order the Eureka Springs Commission meeting on November the 15th, 2021 at 6:05 p.m. Attending is myself, Barbara Dix, Vice Chair, and
Judy Gigi.
David Carlisle.
Kent Turner, Treasurer.
April Griffith, Secretary.
Angie Shaw, CEO.
Bill Couch, CFO.
and Bill Couch. And then we have one member of the press here. So can we have approval of minutes for the regular meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That went quick. We don't have any public here unless Tom wants to say something. No. Okay. Treasurer's report.
You all have a copy. The checking account balance stands at $16,901.01. We had one disbursement during the month, $118, which was payment for the post office box. The money market account accrued interest of $430.53, which leaves a 10/31/2021 balance of $1,448,758.86. The CD earned interest this month for the last 3 months of $2,218.78, leaving a balance at 10/31/2021 of $437,999.76.
Okay. Are there any questions for Kent? No. Then do we move to approve the
I move
treasurer's
to
report?
approve the report as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, committee reports. I think marketing is the only committee we have at this point, and treasurer and
Finance.
finance. So, April, do you want to?
Yes, I mean, there has been no action on the marketing committee. Catherine has left the position and they're looking for a replacement. And I must say that I have not had much participation. I had really hoped earnestly to participate in this committee. I think it's something that would really be useful for the hospital, and to have a commissioner on that committee would be great. But I don't have the time, unfortunately, in my life. I've tried to make time and it's just not there. So I was hoping this evening to put that out there, and that maybe another member of the commission might step in for when the new person is hired by the hospital, that another member of the commission can meet with them to form that committee.
Okay, very good. Finance?
I've been leaving the finance guys alone, except I see a lot of emails. They've got enough to do without me interfering. I did get an analysis of receivables, which Roger knew I was interested in, that goes all the way back. I'm going to be looking at that over the next week or so. But in my opinion, we'll hear from Bill in a minute. In my opinion, things are going exceptionally well for as far behind as we were. So.
Very good. Does anybody have questions for Kent? Okay. Angie, it's a CEO report.
Yes. I just wanted to start off, of course, with where we are with our COVID response. We're still offering testing Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. And we continue to hold vaccine clinics at the hospital clinic every Friday from 10 to 1. We will begin offering the pediatric Pfizer vaccine this week at our regular clinic on Friday. We will also be helping with a school vaccine clinic on Thursday morning. But that will be available Friday as well for ages 5 to 11. Moving on to our clinic areas regarding nursing, our swing bed program, respiratory, and our compliance. We are still seeking to fill open nursing positions at this time. have that advertised everywhere we can possibly think of. And when I reach out to other facilities, they're all in the same boat we are with getting applicants in for nursing staff. We are actively advertising for the swing bed case manager position. And we're reaching out to other areas on that as well to see if we can get someone into that position as quick as we can. Our respiratory therapy department, of course, is fully covered, and they're doing well. When they're not in their departments, they're helping all the other departments. They've even been helping do COVID testing when they're here during the day hours. Liz Collins is our compliance officer. She came on board back the first part of October. She is currently reviewing all of our state critical access hospital rules and regulations, as well as our infection control policies to make sure that we are compliant and where we need to be. And I'd like to announce that our speech therapist did start today, Lee Harville, so she is finally here. I know that I had mentioned that, I believe, back in August, so she's going to be working on our speech therapy program and getting that set up for our patients. The ER continues to remain steady. As we have the past several months, continue to see record numbers compared to where we were the past several years for the same months. Our ER director, Joy, she has been attending stroke and trauma-related meetings for the Northwest Arkansas region to make sure that we're staying in compliance with those programs as well. Our COVID testing in the lab has actually tapered off over the past few weeks. We're hoping that that continues. We haven't seen very many positives. Our radiology department, we've seen an increase in ultrasounds, although requests for outpatient CTs have dropped at this time. Our radiology director is reaching out to the area clinics to let them know that we have these services available for them. Regarding the hospital clinic that we're still working on at the 25 North site, we have received both Medicare and Medicaid approvals at this time and have sent requests out to commercial insurances to get them on board with us as well. We have met with EMR systems and ordered the computers we needed to get that clinic up and running. And we are actively interviewing for clinic manager and nurse position for that facility. We are hoping to have it open by mid-December, as all falls into plan. Our business office, they are still advertising for billing staff. Our goal is to bring billing back in-house. Right now we have MedHost, who is a third-party biller, doing it for us. And we did fill our central scheduler position. That position had been open for the past several months, so we do have a central scheduler in place. Our HIM department, we are still actively advertising for a second coder to help with billing in that department. As with human resources, of course, that is Jody, and she's been doing a great job at advertising our open positions. We have them posted with Indeed, social media, everywhere we can think of to get the word out, and hopes to get us some quality applicants in. She was over open enrollment the end of October, and that went really smoothly for all of our staff. And as April mentioned, we currently do not have a marketing community liaison position. We are actively advertising for it. Maintenance has been extremely busy. The ER is scheduled for painting and the new floor placement November 29th. We are actually going to start painting and moving equipment out of there to get ready for them to come in and do all the new flooring next week. Due to that and the reason that we have to have those rooms blocked up, we will be temporarily moving the ER to the unit on the nursing floor. And then the ER entrance will be down during that time, and everyone for the ER will be entering via the ramp there on the front of the building. We are actually going to take down the tent there too, just to make room for the ambulances to pull in and use that ramp. Once the ER is complete, we're going to go back to focusing on flooring in all the patient rooms and halls, and then surgery as well. We are still actively advertising for a housekeeper and to help with housekeeping and laundry. And regarding IT, Drew, our IT director, he actually set up our facility on a trial to use portals. A portal is a smart video calling device that we can easily connect to virtual meetings, both in-house and outside meetings. The trial period is for 2 months, and we just received everything, I think, up and running last week. Once this 2 months is over, we will be able to keep that equipment for free. And so far, it's been working out very well. I've already attended several meetings using the devices, and they're very nice. Just some general information. I'm sure as everybody has kind of seen this in the news, but on November 5th, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services issued its omnibus COVID-19 healthcare staff vaccination interim final rule. This ruling will require workers at all healthcare facilities participating in Medicare or Medicaid to have received at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine by December 6th and be fully vaccinated by January 4th. They are allowing some exceptions. I did attend a virtual meeting on this issue this past Thursday. We are currently working on our policies and procedures to educate the staff and confirm compliance to this ruling. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, I have one question. Angie, when you say open enrollment was completed, what's that open enrollment for?
Open
Insurance
enrollment
or-
for insurance and benefits, yep. Our yearly open enrollment.
Right.
I have a question. In the meeting you attended on this omnibus from
Yes.
Medicare and Medicaid, did they mention what some of the exceptions would be?
Yes, they're going to be medical or religious exemptions. And they are supposed to be sending us out some more information on those exactly.
Okay.
Will there be a testing requirement for non-vaccinated?
There will not be, from my understanding.
So does that mean that the non-vaccinated no longer have a position?
If they have an exemption, then
Or
they will.
if they don't have an exemption or they're not vaccinated, then they lose their job?
That is it.
Or we lose our Medicare?
Or we lose our Medicare? Do we have an indication of whether or not we might lose anybody as a result of that? I mean, we're looking for so many people, we can't afford to lose.
I know, and that's kind of where we are in a sticky situation. There is a lot of talk regarding this out there with, and I believe there were some lawsuits filed against CMS regarding this from 10 different states. So as far as I know, there's not a stay on it. It's continuing, so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like we may lose.
I mean, the last I heard, our vaccination rate was pretty high.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, if that's all, we'll go on to the Cfo report. Bill, you're on.
All right. Hopefully y'all heard the train go past before I got the mic turned off. Gotta love Zoom. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Really well.
Really well.
Very good. All right, I would like to turn to page 1, which gives us our bank balances for the hospital. You show $1.5 million, which is almost a $600,000 improvement over last month. That has to do with the fact that we received some Medicare funding from the 2021 interim cost report activity. And so we're in a much better position than we were a month ago. That's as of the end of October. Things have changed since then, of course. It's a moving target with a critical access hospital. Now, going into the next few pages, These are the MedHost balance sheet and income statement reports as they are presented to you. The thing that you've got to realize is when you absorb this information is the fact that for all of 2020 and 9 months of 2021, we were not able to adjust the allowances against the accounts receivable. So the accounts receivable were sitting there at gross charge as opposed to net receivable charge. So you'll notice for October, we have the correction to that. And so we have the net presented. The thing that I want to point out to you looking at page 2, the balance sheet, is the prior year cost report settlement showing a negative $875,000. That is terribly understated, and we will work to correct that before we present next month. Because when we filed the 13-month cost report ended 1/31/20, we were owed approximately $1 million. We received our Medicaid settlement against that, but Medicare still owed us, I'm going to say, $700,000 against that. I also know that in 2021, we've still been underpaid, so they owe us more money this fiscal year. So that $875,000 negative amount is not correct. And you'll say, well, gee, Bill, but look at last month. It shows a negative 241. And so what happened is we received all that money on an interim settlement this year, and all it did was credit that account on the general ledger. So we're going to work to correct that next month and get it fairly stated. Our accounts receivable, as you look down the page towards the bottom, the last line item, 251, that's an accurate statement as of the end of October, because we know at the end of the month we owe for the ER coverage, which is about $120,000. And so checks have not been written against that. When we move to the next page, our accumulated earnings year to date do not look good because of the fact that we corrected over $2 million plus that settlement that we received. So it was almost $3 million in the month of October. As we go to page 4, we'll look at our income statement. And these are the first income statements and balance sheets we've received off the MedHost system in over a year and a half. So we have worked to meet our goal there. The main thing I want to point out to you is that when you look at the first section there on page 4, total patient revenue $11.782 million this year versus $7.9 million last year. So it's a $3.8 million improvement. So things are better now. 3.8 million, that is not dollars in the bank. That's at gross charge. You're going to take about half of that away. So it's a $1.9 million improvement. As we look down the income statement as presented, the total operating expenses, you'll note that our salaries and wages for this year, $2.5 million versus $222,000 last year. We know that's not correct, but the $2.5 million is correct. So there is an allocation that had not been made last year. We've made in the current year, and things are being reported correctly. You'll note down in the last section, depreciation and amortization. This year, there was none reported last year. So again, that's that correction. We hope to get that as we go forward now, and we start seeing month after month after month, that it'll be a more normal presentation. And the fact that this is the catch-up month. I didn't feel like it was a fair presentation to go back and restate all the months in this year and take into consideration last year. So we go over to page 5, and you can see our, this is a slice, if you will, month by month by month for 2021. First section, you look across gross patient revenue, you come to the 11.782 million. Our deductions from revenue are 69% of our revenue. That may be a little strong. I think it should be less than that. Our bad debt expense, again, you'll see all zeros going across, and then we get to the month of October where we made our correction. You'll see our salaries and expenses, 2.5606 million. So it's a work in progress. It's not what we want, but remember our cash in the bank position is very good. And the last page that I have to report on are the gross patient revenues. And this page does not tie exactly to what the general ledger is. There's a slight difference of about $4,000, but it is very accurate. And you'll note that last year we're 48.6% in gross revenue ahead of last year. So I'm comfortable with what we're presenting. Is it 100% accurate? No, and I apologize for that. But like I said, this is a work in progress. Roger and Scott have worked very, very hard to get this to the point where it is. I'm very pleased with the progress that's been made, and we're going to get this to where it is more accurate, gives you better numbers to work with on the accrual basis as we move forward. And I know that Kent can appreciate what I'm talking about, and like I said, Scott, Roger have done a wonderful job, and I appreciate all the work they've done to get our general ledger. Now, going forward, Roger will come on site. He's going to work with Scott with the MedHost system to try to educate Scott in how to make journal entries and how to produce financial statements so that Roger's role may be reduced. He'll always be there to help us and be a good consultant for us as we need help as we go forward. So as we work through the months coming ahead, I think things will become much more transparent, and we'll have a much better reporting position than we do now. But like I said, I wanted to present it to you as it came off the system and let you know that we're going to improve the things as we go forward.
Madam
Okay.
Chairman?
Yes.
Bill, one accountant to the other. It's been since September of 2020 I came on this commission. This is the first balance sheet and income statement that I've seen. Glory, hallelujah.
Amen.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not what we want, but you're talking about a catch-up from 12 and 9 months, 21 months. It's incredible, and it's like I said, it's Roger and Scott's doing, and I appreciate all the work that they've done.
It's a lot. Trust me, from my perspective, it's a huge step forward.
Yes, it really is, and I appreciate you too.
All of you.
I for one, didn't know what we didn't know, so. Okay, is there any more questions?
Like I said, it takes a village. And so we're working through everything. I hope y'all can appreciate that. And like I said, it wasn't my doing, but
Well,
I had other things to focus on, and I was trying to get our PRF reporting done and get us into the 4th phase of funding that may come our way. And that was the most important thing on my agenda.
well, I appreciate you, but I also appreciate Kent, because when he came on the commission, he started talking finances that went, what? So he's led this charge of getting this up to where it's at now, too. Okay, any more questions for Bill? Okay, we're going to move on, and we have a new refrigerator freezer purchase that we need to talk about. Kent?
Yes, as things have it, nothing ever stays the same. We had a failure of our main walk-in refrigeration unit in the hospital, downstairs in the hospital, and it had to be replaced. If you can constitute anything as an emergency, you can constitute that as an emergency. It cost $18,000 and some change. However, in order to take the old one out and put the new one in, you had to, in fact, redo all of the cabinetry that the new freezer is in. That brought it up to $24,000 and change, and that is, for those new to the commission, that is over the $20,000 limit that Angie has to expend money. I told her I was going to get her off the hook. I'm making a motion that we approve the $24,000 and change to install the freezer downstairs on an emergency basis.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all in favor. All righty, thank you. Now we're going to do commissioners' comments. Judy, do you have anything?
We have nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, me either. David? Okay.
Nothing.
Kent?
I'll be out for surgery next week, and
Oh.
I don't know when I'll be back. So I'm hoping it'll be before our the
December meeting. Oh, I hope so too.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say is we have a workshop coming up on November the 4th. You probably were going to bring that up too, but it's all about infrastructure and building and where we're going and how we're going to do things. I have been quite vocal around town because I would prefer to see Main Stage full as opposed to see it empty. Madam Chairman, we got a question. December 4th, I apologize, December 4th. There are a lot of people that are interested. I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. As you know, we don't make any decisions at workshops, but I would let everybody know that as far as I'm concerned, everybody in the community is welcome until we get up to 125, and then I have to stop letting people in Main Stage.
Yeah. April?
I'm just, I was telling Angie earlier, I was speaking to someone recently who asked why we need a hospital in this community. And so I just wanted to state that there's a lot of services that the hospital provides. In addition to, I think, how so many in this community have benefited from the COVID testing clinic daily, the rapid COVID testing, the COVID vaccination clinics. There's a lot of services that this hospital provides so that people don't have to drive to the big city. Some people can't drive to the big city, and to have those clinics available here, to have those doctors coming in is such a huge benefit. And again, that's why I think it's going to be really important to have an active marketing committee, because I think more people need to know about the benefits to them. And, bless them if they don't know about it. They haven't necessarily needed it, but they might need to one day. And maybe they'll maybe they won't put off pursuing some services if it seems like too much of a hassle. So I guess that's my comment. I'm so appreciative of all the work that the hospital does, and every time I learn of a new service, I'm always blown away that there's so much that we have access to so close to home, and it means a lot, I think, to everyone here.
8 miles is a long way if you've had a stroke.
Yes.
It
And
is.
the stroke, number one, is critical to get it in the hospital and get medicine, and then,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, Angie, you have anything?
No.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to mention our workshop on December the 4th, and it is about infrastructure of the hospital. And this is to open the conversation on future plans for our hospital. what we can do, what we want, what we need to do, and the community needs to be involved 100%. So that is December the 4th at Main Stage, and all is welcome. And I want to say I am so impressed with the level of employees at our hospital. They are truly the heart of our organization. The more I get to work with them, the more I appreciate them. Our nurses and doctors and staff, and they're just incredible. So I appreciate them for one, and I know other people do too. So with that, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we are adjourned at 6:36.
Thank you.
Thank you.